All I can say is I hated myself in this. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Hi, welcome to a new video. I'm gonna give the disclaimer now at the beginning of this video. This project is not good. But it was fun. I didn't even want to wear it. I wanted to do it. Been planning on doing this since the last time I did it last year when I made the other Barbie 2023 version. And I was like, yep, we're gonna be doing 2024. Hope it's a good one. And then this Barbie came to be. And I was like,
oh, okay, not bad. It's red, cute. Yeah, let's do it.
Took 50 years finding supplies. The perfectionist in me was... Forgot to turn that off. Thanks, Mom, but I'm filming. Anyway, after trying to find the right supplies, I told myself to be a little bit more chill about it this year. And I found a tablecloth. But let's not get into that. I will show you the supplies after this. All I can say is I hated myself in this. The dress. I hated the dress, not myself, but like I didn't like how it looked on me. I don't feel good about myself right now. I am at the heaviest weight I've ever been while not pregnant, and not fun. I feel gross. Things that are on me that are tight are uncomfortable. This project is a disaster. I'm just letting you guys know. So if you're into that and you want to just have fun and watch me make it and like just whatever, then stick around and we're gonna get, I am throwing her around. She's just like,
help, everybody help. She's crazy psycho.
Alright, that's enough of that. So if that's your thing, you're in the right place. And I appreciate you guys being here nonetheless. Sorry I haven't posted as often as I was planning on. It's been an interesting year, but things are picking up again. I have been working on an album for my music, and then eventually once that album is finished, I'm going to start focusing on making dresses for my music videos. But in the meantime, I think I might start making dresses on my dress form and not worry about wearing them so that I don't have that excuse of feeling gross or not wanting to wear it, not wanting to go out, don't feel good, whatever. We will hopefully just make stuff for other people in the meantime while I work on my health. But either way, I want to keep creating and I want to share my creative life with you guys here. I hope you enjoy the chaos of this project. And if you haven't subscribed, please be sure to subscribe and like this video. Help YouTube, help me, help myself. But if you haven't noticed, on my actual page, I did change my description a little bit. I want this page to just be the creative side of me. A lot of it is going to involve sewing, but it's going to also incorporate the creative process of music video making. But solely music focus will stay on my music channel. I don't want to separate myself into a million different channels. I'm okay with 2, maybe 3 if I really enjoy today's video of me making the Holiday Barbie 2024 dress. First, let's get started with unboxing and then we'll get to materials. This is my second time. Why do I have 2? Peace. Second time doing the Holiday Barbie dress. First time was on my old channel, so if you want to check out last year's video for 2023 Holiday Barbie, feel free to go to that video. I'll link it down below. So I ordered the tulle fabric and it's like delayed, so now I have to order more. So we're gonna get to materials, but before we get to the materials, we're going to open the box. Now I ordered it from Walmart. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of don't want to make this. Not because I don't want to make the dress, but because I don't want to wear it. But I keep struggling with going back and forth between, do I make it on the dress form? Do I make it for myself? Do I make it on the dress form? But the trend is kind of based off of Makara Tour's video where she makes herself into Barbie. And so I feel like because that's kind of what I'm going based off of, it's really hard to justify not making it for myself. So that's where we're at. Anyway, let's check out this Barbie. I'm excited. I wanted the brown haired one, but unfortunately she was like way more expensive and I ain't gonna spend that much money. There she is. Now you can find this online and you can check it out, but we're gonna unbox it. It's so hard to unbox these because my brain says, oh, I'm not playing with this doll. This is like those people who collect them, but I don't, okay? I'm starting to collect them unintentionally. I gotta tell myself it's literally just cardboard and plastic. Okay, it just has a nice print on it. All right, let's safely open this. Wow, they really get ya. Okay. She looks really pretty. Okay, so we got the little certificate of authenticity. This certifies that your 2024 Holiday Barbie doll was created through the collaborative efforts of designers and artists at, how do you pronounce it? Mattel? Looking fancy. So I actually have red heels that I think would be great for the outfit. We're ready to go. Oh gosh, but I gotta get her out of this chaos. All right. They really stick these Barbies in there like you're not supposed to play with them. But what's the point? What's the point? You can't play with them. Almost there. And now they really got that hair in there. Well, how do we do this? Oh my Lanta. I don't remember the last Barbie being this difficult, to be honest. If I collected Barbies, I wouldn't want them in the box, but at the same time, the box says 2024 Holiday Barbie on it. So I guess that's why people probably keep the box. That hair is really stuck. Done it! Comes with her little stand, but we're gonna hold off on that. Her hair is really pretty, actually. All right, here she is in all her glory. There are plenty of videos out there where people review this, so I'll keep this short. We got earrings, we got tulle. The bodice is like a drop waist, and then we've got the plaid skirt with the open slit and red heels. So now we're going to take off her dress so we can examine it. Sorry, lady. We'll hide her. We've got this tulle, like waistband, if you will. So it's attached from the back, but it's loosely put around the waist. And then this part is just sewed on. And then for the shoulder, we have, what do they call it? I guess one shoulder sleeve or whatever. And it just basically goes around the arm. You can see it from the inside here. And then a little poof of tulle. And it looks like they used a satin fabric underneath this glittery looking tulle. To be honest, it has a little bit of a shimmer to this tulle. Wait, it's only one? I just realized this is one type of fabric. I thought it was layered with tulle, but it's not. It's just like a shiny looking fabric. Anyway, let's turn it inside out. So you can see the seam lines. They have a seam in the back. It also has a cute little tag that says Barbie on it. That's so cute. You can see how they made the slit here. And we're gonna copy this pattern over, but the plaid looks straight, but then it like goes down in the back like it's longer in the back. Because if we just keep the plaid straight like that, you can kind of see it dips down. We're going to attempt to literally copy this as close as we can. Why? Because that's who I am. I'm a perfectionist. Other people will just kind of do, you know.
Little did she know, she was not going to be a perfectionist and she was going to just use it as a rectangle.
We're going to stress about this. And we're going to make it as close to this original as possible. It's shiny, like it's glittery plaid, and I haven't found anything that shines like this. What's nice is this back panel here is cut all the way down, so really I just have to have enough fabric to cut out one half of the skirt and the other half of the skirt. See how far we get today.
So originally I put down the skirt and basically just copied it over so that I could see the shape that they made. I just pinned it and did it like section by section, and I would say this is a really great way to see an overall shape of a pattern piece. It did look like kind of like a rectangle but with a curve on the bottom and the skirt part, so I would have done that, but you'll see as the video goes on why I ended up just using the fabric for the skirt for a rectangle. So I don't actually execute this pattern, but I at least wanted to show you guys what it looked like when I copied it over.
Okay, how much fabric is that? Let's find out.
I realized I needed about 4 yards of fabric, and I found this tablecloth, and I needed at least 126 inches to be safe, but then I was like, oh, 120, that's close enough. Now, this was before I realized that I was just going to use it as it is, and you'll see when I do that.
The tablecloth has arrived. It is not necessarily, you know, the same fabric or anything. Like this one's a little bit more of a thicker woven vibe. But you know what? We're gonna go with it. It's the closest we're gonna get. Like that's pretty good. We've got some shiny in it. The Barbie one's like a little bit more on the brighter red side, which is fine. What are we gonna do? I can't afford to be doing this a million times. This is the tablecloth. It's fine. I was like trying to kind of gather it to view it as a skirt, and I was like, yeah, maybe a little bit on the thick side, but it'll be a skirt. Ta-da! Now this skirt has a slit that kind of changes the options of like making it poofy. Like we can't put a petticoat under it unless the petticoat had a slit in it and all. But I think I'm just gonna, shoot, I got a clip in my hair. How long has that been there? I think I slept with it. I'm sure I had it on yesterday. Wait, didn't I shower? No, I didn't shower yesterday. Okay, long enough for sure because we're gonna be cutting it like that picture I drew.
No, we don't, but yeah, anyway.
This is the first item. Now I'm waiting for the tulle to arrive, but I could start on the bodice. I have been working on a song though, and that's kind of what I was working on today, but then this came in the mail, so figured I would show you. Welcome to day one of putting together this Barbie dress. So I had an order from Hobby Lobby and I questioned if this fabric would be the base. I changed my mind, but this is what it looks like. Once I got it, I was like, oh, it has golds in it and it's really, really pretty, very stretchy, which is kind of what I was thinking. And maybe it can work. We'll test it out on the dress form, but today we're going to create the bodice. I'm going to create it on the dress form. Right now, the dress on there is actually my friend's. I just realized it's in the background. So I did not make that dress. I'm helping her recreate a gunny sacks. I'm going to just make the pattern. So let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Oh, but I have this and I thought that this could probably work. And we did get the tulle. Fun story about the tulle. I have way more than I need. So there's that. Long story short, I bought apparently just this and it was like stuck somewhere in Texas, I guess. Somehow though, nothing ever happened. And I was like, what the heck? Where's my tulle? I'm like, all right. It's been over a week, almost 2 weeks since the shipping tracking updated. So I was like, something's wrong. So I messaged them. I didn't even get a response. I messaged them again. Eventually I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to order from Amazon and then I'm just going to get a refund. So I ordered from Amazon. This is the one from Amazon. Same thing, technically, wrapped differently. I get it in the mail at the same time as 2 of these. So I'm like, if one of them was shipped and they messed up, then the second one they shipped, why would they come at the same time? Unless they messed up and then shipped them at the same time. I don't know how or what happened there, but now we have 3 times the amount I originally ordered for the price of 1.
And then Walmart was like, oh, it's already been delivered. You need to return it or we'll charge you again. And I was like, oh, never mind.
On another note, I also got glitter tulle. This is my backup. Very glittery, so the lady at Joann put it in this bag. And I was like, maybe to get the shine on the bodice, because I will show you the Barbie. She's got some shimmer on that bodice.
Before I decided that I would make it for myself, I originally wanted to just make it for my dress form, so I was able to create a pattern on here. This is one way you could do it, using some painter's tape and saran wrap underneath to make it a little less sticky. So I wrote all of the places that the seam would be, or the edge, neckline, armhole, everything, and well, since I never used it, I didn't transfer it to the computer, but this is one way you could make a pattern.
Okay, we have a little bit of a dilemma. So this is the fabric that I was thinking of using for the bodice. I just draped it real quick. I'm not 100% sure. I was thinking I could have the bodice like hug around and do some darts. I'm not a fan of darts. I tend to like avoid them whenever I can. Now it's on it, really. How and why? This is the dilemma. The skirt, which is tablecloth, as you guys know, is dark compared. I kind of knew. We're just gonna wrap this one around. All right, we're gonna hold that there. We're just getting a color idea here. The skirt is much darker. That's what worries me. So the Hobby Lobby option I had originally got was this. So what I need to do is get a color that matches that. Here's the problem. The tulle is bright red. I'm thinking that the tablecloth is becoming the problem. I don't even know if there's enough time to find another option. It took me 50 years to even get this option. The problem is that I got like this much tulle, but the nice thing is that I barely need any tulle. Literally just to make this giant bow thing and then a smaller bow that drapes across. Best case would probably be to just let it be a darker, slightly darker version than the Barbie and be okay with that. Why am I like this? Oh, shoot. How did I drop the pin? I just grabbed it and then I feel it and there's only one. No! I will step on this. Oh, I found it. It's inside the skirt. Okay, we're good. Honestly, it's a nice tablecloth. I could probably keep it and put it on a table, but it's a really long one and I have a square table, so I don't know about that, but maybe. So I just realized I recorded a whole thing and the microphone wasn't on. Oh wow. I was just saying, I found something in my stash. It's this random bed sheet and it's a little bit darker of a red, and I feel like it matches up a lot better than all these bright reds that I'm finding. Later on, I eventually just got new fabric, so we're just gonna disregard any of this because I didn't want to use that bed sheet, so you'll see later. What is that? What's happening? Is someone calling me? What is that? Who's calling me? My printer is really slow. I feel like it's spam. For some reason, I failed to mention that I was printing the pattern that I found on Etsy because I didn't want to make the pattern from the dress form anymore. Anyway, this is the point where I made that decision already, so yeah. The Etsy pattern was like literally $2.60. I would rather spend $2.60 than 2 hours. We won't be transferring that pattern, but I think that the Etsy pattern is just gonna make my life so much easier. In the future, I probably will show how I do that because it's been a while since I've done it. In this case, this is not my design. I'm literally just copying Barbie, and you gotta do what you gotta do to get the project. The pattern that I have is just form fitted. I'll put a picture. And I'm gonna cut it off where I want about 4 to 5 inches down from the waist. I'm gonna cut it off there. Barbie is like really long, and normal human beings aren't often like that tall. I mean, tall people are. Not that tall people aren't normal. What I'm trying to say is just like average height people. If you cut it off below mid butt, it would make the bodice look the same length as all of this. The length of the skirt should be pretty tall. Yeah, we're not getting that if we're putting a dress way down. The pattern has been printed. Now I have to assemble it all together. I printed it at least in a size 4. I was hoping to find someone else, but there's a little part of me that thinks I'm not gonna find someone else. Okay, change of plans. This is an interesting little turn of events. After I posted about, seeing if anyone wanted to model and make it into like a big collaboration, I wasn't really getting a lot of responses. Really, it all came down to like, who am I making the dress for? And I just wanted to make something on my dress form. It's just gonna be some random little photo shoot, and I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to make the dress and get it shot in time. I don't know, I just realized everything was happening too late, and I'm like, you know what, I'm too late to plan something like this. When you involve more people, you've got to get their schedules lined up. There's some people available where it's too late, and I'm like, is there even time? I knew that the trend is making myself into holiday Barbie, so the tables have turned. You would have known this by now. I didn't, but now I'm finding out. So let's start over. Yeah, we're starting over, okay? I didn't cut anything yet, so that's possible. I decided that I don't want to print like a million different things, so I have taped a piece of paper to the wall. I'm gonna use my projector. I gotta somehow calibrate it. So this is pretty much how I set it up. I already did this one and I had to move it over to put the patterns a little closer to fit on the paper. Honestly, it's working out pretty easy. It just took forever to like kind of line it up, but now I have a little bit of an idea of like if I ever need to do this for bigger patterns. So I got the mock-up and I'm just gonna alter this. I feel like the sleeve on this pattern is a little short for me. It's like kind of pulling this side of the bust a little bit up, and this one not so much because it doesn't have that lift. It's a little tight. You can't tell. This is why I didn't want to make it for myself, but whatever, here we are. What I'm hoping to do, because I feel like if it was just a little bit lower, but the sleeve wants to pull up. So I'm gonna add about 1/2 inch to each part of the sleeve, so like in total 1 inch for the final. Also, I wanted to wear some sort of fitted bodice underneath, but I was also thinking of just boning the lining. I want the neckline, it's kind of on a bias here, so stretching it since it's not. Oh my gosh, my belly is just like, this just looks sad.
Just a little disclaimer, I am sensitive to any weight-related comments, not because I think people will be mean, but because I know people will want to say, oh, you're fine, or oh, don't think about it. But really, it's a sensitive topic. Let's just not talk about it. Bear with me as I laugh it off. I have a video on it if you want to hear about my health, but anyway, let's continue. Oh my gosh. For anyone who's wondering, it's because I used to be really thin. I don't know. This just doesn't seem like it's me. Okay, but I'm thinking I want the neckline to like come across like that and then swoop up. You know what I mean? Get out of my way here. There. There we go. Something like that. A nice little swoop around. 'Cause I think that's how the Barbies looks like in my opinion. Maybe a little less here. Does that look okay? Can you even tell what I did? There. And since I'm bringing this in, I'll have to connect it to the back. We'll just have it connect at like a perfect curve there. So that's my plan, but now it's time to stop. I'm gonna go make dinner and then we'll get back at this tonight, probably. Okay, this room is seriously a disaster and a half. That's okay. So what we have going on over here, I'm going to layer tulle over it, and it's going to add a little bit of a brighter red, but it's so thin that you'll still get that darker red. So for a couple of these pieces, they're going to have a seam on it. I'm cold. I confused myself a little bit because I was gonna do a side zipper, which would have probably been a pretty good choice, but I decided to be a little bit more accurate to the Barbie dress. I'm not gonna do Velcro. I'm not gonna be that accurate, but you know, just because the way that I measured out how the skirt's gonna be, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the back seam all the way down. So we're gonna stay a little bit more accurate. I need this tulle part to be sewn on the top here, to be sewn into that little part right here on the side seam has the tulle, obviously. So I need to open up half of it, and then that way we can insert the tulle in, and then I'm going to gather enough that it can go across the bust. I am using my smaller dress form just because the other one has something on it, so it's gonna be really loose on it, but that's okay. We're gonna wing it here. I just can't believe I forgot. I hate having a seam rip it open, but that's okay. Gotta do what we gotta do. It looks like the tulle on the Barbie goes down to just above the waistline, like right here. That's how far down I think. Unless I need it further, it's fine too. I don't know. It seems too bright. I feel like I should go get darker tulle. Yeah, it looks too bright. I think I'm just gonna get darker tulle. The dark red tulle has been bought. Wait, why does it look exactly, oh, please tell me it's not the same. It's labeled as dark red. Okay, it is different. Slightly different. I was about to have a panic attack. I was like, no freaking way. It looks similar, but it's not, right? Like, I'm not going crazy? Am I going crazy? Oh gosh. They labeled it dark red. Yes, it is dark red. It's just a little darker. It's fine. It cost me $5 for like 5 yards. I'm gonna need less than 5 probably. Also, I found this, and honestly, it brought the price. Everything was gonna be like $9.90 something, and then when I added this, it only brought it to $12. It's really soft. I don't even know what kind of fabric this is. Oh, it's polyester, but what is it though? Like, I don't know. Feels just like suede, so maybe it's like a suede, like, I don't know. I don't know my fabrics enough. I know the basics. Oh, $2. Yeah, $2.12. That's crazy. $2 from Joann. Like, that's, do I need this? No, but look how cute it is. Struggle is real. The struggle is real. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just sew on pleats to the side seam. I'm gonna do the pleats like facing downwards, literally just winging it, honestly. Look at, what else can you do but wing it? I did notice on Barbie's dress there has this top stitch along the neckline. That might help me keep the tulle in place after I put the
the lining on, and that would still be copying the Barbie. Now we're gonna have extra, but we'll put it back on the dress form, string it across, and then attach it to the arm, and then we're gonna put that bow frilly thingy like this, like this. No wait, like this. No, it's like this. Okay, now we're sandwiching it in, sewing back that side seam. Hi, welcome to a new day. Please ignore my shirt. I try not to wear logo shirts, but I don't have time to worry today. This is the status of the bodice. This is the lining right here. I accidentally sewed everything the wrong way. So it's like exactly the same as the bodice, but it's supposed to be opposite so that when you line it up, you do nice sides together. Well, now it would be the seam side of the lining to line up with the right side of the bodice. So that happened. That definitely happened. But we're just gonna go with it. I came up with the plan B because I actually don't want to waste this tablecloth because I don't like this project like at all. Just gonna be honest. I don't think it's gonna look very good. Very hard to find fabric that I could afford. It's just really tough this time of year to afford much. I ended up with this tablecloth, which I spent $30 on. It's actually a really nice tablecloth that I thought to myself, I don't even want to waste it on this project. My option is to keep the bodice separate and make this, we're gonna gather it at the waist. It'll still have its slit because we have this finished side basically already hemmed, and it's just gonna be a long rectangle wrapped all the way around me. I think I'm just gonna do it elastic because like YOLO, right? And I could potentially just sew it down and then undo it later. I can undo the elastic when I'm done with the final shots and then turn this back into a tablecloth because look how nice this is for Christmas. I don't have tablecloths for Christmas. I'm not here to waste anything. It's gonna be super long, that's fine. I'll have tall shoes and I'll stand on a stool if I have. We're gonna make this work. So let's get to work. We're so close to making it a thing. It's going to unfortunately show this on the inside of the bodice and I'm not gonna care. I'm going to wear shapewear so that I can avoid having to deal with boning because we're trying to save time. It is December 16th. Today is actually my dad's birthday. My dad passed away 11 years ago, so it was one of those days. I didn't get any work done. I kind of had a bad day because my washer stopped working and something's wrong with it and that wasted so much time. Decided that it wasn't worth my time right now, so I put that on the back burner, but I think that I could probably finish the dress tonight. And then I gotta work on some Christmas gifts and edit this video so that you guys can enjoy it, which you're already enjoying it. It happened. It worked out. Maybe. Possibly. Edit this out, Stephanie, if it didn't. Okay, let's sew this. Okay, we're literally, this is the final stretch. I am over this whole thing. I made this video for my friend Sarah, okay? I hope you enjoyed this video, Sarah. She's like, I'm looking forward to your video, whether it be good or not, even though you suck. It's my friend. Shout out to Sarah. So I'm gonna put this little thingy on this dress. I'm basically just gonna sew it along that line perfectly because I don't care. That is what they did here. Well, it's in the seam. That's the thing I forgot to do, so. Well, one thing though is I could do it the other way, sew it all the way down and then flip it over and it would be in there. Yeah, I could just do that. So I don't forget, I will take this off. I'm doing it at the seam here. Sorry, at the waist. That's where it starts. I did the little thingy up here. It is what it is. So we're going to pleat this all the way till all of it gets used, and then it's going to go all the way towards the front. It's like a separate piece technically, this little bow part, but we're just going to have it all as one and let it be, and that should be fine. It goes a little bit into the skirt. We'll figure that one out, but for now I'm going to do the pleats. I just want to be done with this. I'm over it. Okay. All right, I just finished the skirt. It is the next day. Ooh, because I want to repurpose this. As I mentioned, I did not want to cut it in any sort of way. So I decided to just let it be a giant gathered rectangle. It's gonna be very, very long because YOLO. So all I have to do is close the slit a little bit because it's just completely open right now. Everything is a temporary sew. I got to get my shapewear on, and then we're going to somehow get this part here. Come here, woman. Drape that around, sew it on somehow. We'll like fan it out, which I don't even know how that's gonna work out, but it's gonna be somehow fanned out. I'll somehow rig it. Time to find my shapewear and try all of this on. Long story short, I had this on, hold on, rolled over the skirt's on the ground, and I was like, great, awesome. I'm gonna close the slit though next. I was working on this part here. I decided to just sew it down like that, and then I was gonna wrap it around and it'll line up with that one area and maybe sew those two together. And while I was doing that and I was on the sewing machine sewing it while it's still on me, I was like sewing down a line, the doorbell rings. And I was like, oh my gosh, is that the pickup for a return item for the red tulle that I had previously ordered, but it came too late. Also, I had to sew down this because it kept going up, obviously, and it won't like go over my bust, and my bust area is just a lot. Story time, because it's actually pretty funny. I'm full on, okay, I had the skirt as well. I'm full on just like in this, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna take it off. I could do my final reveal. I just have to take this string out and then wrap that. So I'm like, okay, if I sew that on, you know, while it's on me or whatever, and I sew it on. Oh, do I have a pin in this? I do have a pin. Oh, I gotta be careful. And so I'm like, okay, that'll be great. And while I'm doing that, like living my best life, doorbell rings, like I said, and I was like, crap, what do I do? What do I do? I'm not gonna answer the door like this. No way. No way am I gonna answer the door like this. Freaking out. Naturally, I run to shut my door because you can see the front door from here, and my front door has a glass, so if anyone stands close enough and peeks in, they could see. Well, hopefully they're not gonna do that, but in case, I like shut the door, and I'm just like, crap, and I was like, I gotta put this on a sweater over this. So I throw off the skirt part, put on my jeans, and I'm like, okay, and I put on the skirt, I shove the tulle, all of this, inside my sweater, and I just have a big old sweater. And honestly, it worked out great. It didn't look suspicious. It didn't look suspicious at all. In the mirror, I just look like I'm wearing a fluffy sweater and I'm comfy and keeping warm because it's winter. That was dramatic. And then to make matters worse, after I grab my phone, I find out that like I was supposed to package and label it, but the Walmart app or the Walmart email told me that I don't have to do that. So I'm showing the guy like, wait, it told me not to. And I was like, crap. And then he's on my side. He's just like, I don't even know. He's like, this has happened before. Don't worry about it. I said, okay, can you give me a second? I'm gonna run in and I'll print it. And he's like, yeah, no worries. So he waits outside. I run in. I'm like printing it. I have no packaging tape anywhere in sight. I know I have some somewhere, but I'm like, I don't know where it's at. So I get my pattern making tape, which is just a little tiny thing of tape, and I'm like taping the sides. I'm thinking, oh, I didn't want to waste this tape on this. This is supposed to be for patterns because I can write on top of it if I need to. So I'm like, great, I have to waste this. And then to shut the package, I'm like, I'm gonna need more tape. So I use my blue painter's tape and I'm taping over this open hole. Luckily I had half packed this thing. I was gonna do the whole thing thinking I was supposed to, and then it told me I didn't. So that's why I didn't. And I'm doing that with the big fluffy sweater, everything shoved inside the sweater, living my best life. And so then I handed it to him. I was like, I don't have any packaging tape. He's like, that's fine, that's great. He scans it. He's like, all right, you're good. And then he like walks away. And then by the time I took it all off, this was all wrinkled and looking horrible. Like, what is my life right now? This dress is so ugly. Everything about it just... It's so ugly, and this is getting super wrinkly. And then to make matters worse on this dress, but right here, I ran out of fabric. And so I had to patch on this piece because it's a really long piece from the shoulder all the way down. At the time, the fabric that I had, yeah, it didn't fit. The lining actually fit, but I had already done all of this, so I couldn't just swap. And so I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like, this will cover it. Guess what doesn't cover it? Guess what doesn't cover it? Because it's supposed to like angle downwards towards the... I mean, it is right freaking there. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're almost there. Home stretch. Hope you enjoyed the story. I'm going to close in the slit here. As you can see, I have it with the pins. Finish off this part here. I just have to sew down one more little strip on this one. Then I'll do my hair and makeup and we'll do a final reveal. Reveal? Oh my gosh, final reveal. I still keep saying it. And then we'll do a final reveal. Thank you. I'm gonna definitely repurpose this tablecloth. It's really nice. The tulle here, you know, it's just drapes. I probably could have got the thicker, stiffer kind, but it is what it is. This whole area hurts. The armpit, it hurts. I am like, dying, and this cannot wait to get it off. And I'm, you know, it's no structure. I'm falling inside of it. I think though that I was able to at least say I made it, I did it. I don't have to look back and think, man, I should have done it. I want to try to do the holiday Barbies dress things because it's just one of those fun trends that I can see myself, you know, being interested in each year as long as I'm sewing. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless, and I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas. I'm gonna get out of this very uncomfortable thing and also at some point seam rip the tablecloth back into a tablecloth. I was gonna cut it like how I showed you guys how the skirt was, and I was gonna expand it into my size, but yeah, I was like, wait, really? For just this? For a random reveal shot in my living room? Which, by the way, I did because I have the tree back there. Also, did you see my shoes? Ah! That was hard to do. They are not obviously the exact same one as the Barbie, but I already had these on hand, so they're really cute. I didn't do the earrings. I didn't even put in earrings, to be honest, but you're not gonna see my ears with my hair in the way, so it's fine. If you didn't see the 2023 holiday Barbie, feel free to watch that. I will give a link down below. I thought about repurposing it and putting it on this channel, but I didn't end up doing that. Hope you guys enjoyed this holiday Barbie making dress, and if you make your own, let me know. If you put a video up, I will be sure to go check it out. Otherwise, we're over and out. Have a very Merry Christmas. Love you.